everyone, welcome to my channel. In this video, we'll be looking at how to set up a VMware Vsphere Lab in your personal PC. This is the lab requirements. We need to install a workstation and a 4 virtual machines. So for the virtual machine 1, we'll be installing with an Esxi with a 2 CPU and 2 GB memory. Similarly, another Esxi and a virtual machine 3 will be installing a Windows 2012 to install Active Directory, and a virtual machine 4 will be installing with a Vcenter server. So once the Vcenter server is installed and configured, later we can reduce it to 2 CPU and 4 GB memory. So let's go and install the lab.
Next, accept license agreement. Next. I have a key. I'm entering into it. Click on finish. So this is how it looks. VMware workstation. Now we need to create a virtual machine. Click on new virtual machine. Go for custom. Now I'll set the operating system later. Windows. So now we are going to install 2012 server. Next. I'm gonna naming this virtual machine as AD because I'm gonna install Active Directory into it. Click on next. Next. If you want to edit anything, like you need to increase your process core, you can increase it. I'm going with the default settings. So this is your virtual machine. You can see it as AD over here, and now we'll be mounting this ISO 2012 ISO to it. Go for edit virtual machine settings. Here's CD DVD. Use ISO image file. You just browse your file. Okay. Just power on your virtual machine. It will take it. See, it's loading files. Now I'll go with the default. Install now. Select server with the GUI. Next. Select custom install. Go. You'll be having the screen like copying Windows files, getting files ready for installation, installing features, installing updates, and finishing up. During installation, it will boot. Your server is getting ready. So give your password here. See, our server is ready. Now, just install a VMware Tools. It's looking very small, right? Just install a VMware Tools. Just Control Alt Delete. If you are logging in, this is a lab, right? So you need to press Control Alt Insert VMware Tools. After installing VMware Tools, it will ask for reboot. Next, go for default. So VMware Tools installation is completed. Click on finish. I told you it will ask for reboot. Yes, reboot it. So this is your Windows server. So go to the network adapters. Right click on your Ethernet. Defines network adapter. Properties. So just disable IPv6. Go to IPv4 properties. Okay. Firewall.cpl. Just turn off This is for lab purpose. Let's go and install Active Directory. Go to Server Manager here. Click on Add Roles and Features. Click on Next. Next. Once we are going correct. Next. So tick on Active Directory Domain Services. Add features. Next. If you are a Windows administrator, you will be knowing about this. Let's see, our Active Directory Domain Services installation was complete. So we're going to close this. If you go, you need to promote it as a domain controller. Promote this server as a domain controller. Add a new forest. Give some name, like I'm giving it as, we need to create a password for it. It is creating DNS. Go for next. Next. So in the meanwhile, we'll go and see how. Okay, we're gonna install one more Windows server, and we're gonna install Vcenter into it. And let's create a one more virtual machine. So mount the ISO. Let it continue installing. UI next. Yeah. So this server is done. I told you to install VMware Tools. Installation is done, so we're closing this, and because we have installed Active Directory services, right, it requires a restart. Next. So for default, we need to do a network settings for this. VC. So I told you earlier, like run ncpa dot cpl. You following it? Try. Turn off file. And now this is how we install Windows Server 2012 and Active Directory. We're gonna discuss how to install Vcenter and how to configure it. I'm just mounting the Vcenter installation will take more time, and for a Vcenter installation we need at least an 8 GB of RAM. So 8 GB and 2 processors is a mandatory. Click on OK. Now just power on the virtual machine. See, we have mounted it, so we can see it here. And just click on auto run. Vcenter server for Windows. Just click on install.
So let me zoom in little. We need to click next on it. So accept license agreement. There are two types of deployment. One is embedded and one is external deployment. We are going with an embedded deployment now. Here you have to give a single sign-on password. Once you have given a single sign-on password, please click on next. Next. These are the most commonly used ports. Please click on next. Now once we click on install, it will take a time to install Vcenter server. For me it took around 5 hours. So once this installation is completed, then Vcenter server installation was done. After this installation, we gonna proceed installing Esxi host.
Click on create virtual machine, custom, next, next. I will install operating system later, and here VMware Esxi, next. So I just named the virtual machine as EXXI1. I'm giving 4 GB by default. Okay, next, next. Just going with the default settings. Finish. Now the shell is created. Now what we need to do, we just need to mount that ISO. Just press enter. After that you'll get a confirmation. Press enter to continue. Just press F11 to accept the license agreement. Enter to continue. US default. You need to set a password for the Esxi host. Once the password set, press enter. Again it needs a confirmation. Press F11 to install. Now the installation is started. After that it will ask for reboot. Press enter for reboot. Now you can see it is installed. Now we'll go and customize it. F2 to customize. It will ask for you for authentication. See, now we'll just configure this. We'll go for management network. Configuring management network. We'll set up an IP here. Just set a static IP. Use space to select. We'll go to DNS configuration 10.0.0.2, where we install DNS in a Windows server. Host name I'm giving Esxi1. Just press escape. It will ask to save the changes. Yes, we have installed Esxi and configured it. Similarly, I have installed one more Esxi server with the same steps.
To access the Vsphere web client from your personal computer, you need to do some configuration changes to your network adapters.
So you can find VMware Network Adapter, VMnet 1 and VMware Network Adapter, VMnet 8 here. Right click on VMware Network Adapter, Properties. So go to IPv4 Properties.
Please give your gateway address here and click OK. Close. Now open your browser and try to access web client here. See, your web client page is accessible here, so you can give your username as administrator@vsphere.local and your password as you given while installing your Vcenter server. You can log in into your Vcenter lab. So this is for this video. Hope you like this video. Please like and subscribe for more videos.